Hey guys, and how's it going? We are on a road trip. A neighbor of mine approached me and wanted some work done on a car, an antique car. And we got to talking, and he actually ends up having an antique car. We'll call it a vintage car. And the conversation went from working on that to trading the vintage car for work on the antique car, then to possibly just buying the vintage car. So we kind of come to an agreement. And now we're going to go over and look at the car and see what my agreement was that it is worthwhile. So hang on a couple of seconds, we'll be over there, we'll go check it out, and if it looks good, we'll throw it on the trailer and I'll own it. We get to go play with it. See you in a little bit. Well, there's our prize, if we can get our trailer set up. Let's go see what we got. And let's go see what we got. It's been sitting out in the weather for a little while. The paint's really got a bunch of, I don't know if it's showing up, but a bunch of black. Probably molds or just dirt. Is 1986 Olds Cutlass Supreme Brougham edition. Missing some chrome pieces. Keys are supposed to be in the glove box. Glove box ashtray. Oof. And I do not think it runs. Yeah, I'd have to go ding ding, but that's about it. So we'll get to do a cold start. I'm not sure how long it's been sitting. No inspection sticker on it. I think it's been a while. I understand it needs a gas tank. Something in the rear is leaking. It's got a nice interior. The seats are nice. It smells a little bit like the American Legion. But it doesn't smell like mice. That's a good sign. Let's see what it's got under the hood. Door panels look good. There's rust on the bottom of the fender. The door, rather. I don't think it's ever been painted. So whatever we see is what it has. It's got the performance air cleaner on it. And we got some shells and whatnot down in the intake manifold. So it's got, yeah, it's got it's got some critters living in it. But it looks pretty complete. Well, I say we go pop it in neutral, get the trailer set up, winch that puppy on, and go home where it's a little more comfortable to film and work on it. All loaded up, chain down. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is a start of a bad omen, but the door is locked with the keys in it. Great way to start. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come, or hopefully we just got that out of the way for now and we're good to go. Old school. Not that I can open the door any further than that, but at least it's unlocked. Well, that's a little better. We're back in the garage where there's no road noise or wind going at us. We can get a kind of a better look at it. It looks like it's been sitting for a while. I don't know if that's mold or if that's just dirt that's on it. That's kind of all over the whole car. The top's kind of beat up. Sun took out, what's it called, Landau top. Definitely got some cracking going on there. More of the same grime on the back deck. Body is, I don't really see any dents in it anywhere. I don't see it banged up. It looks, you know, fairly straight. It's got some rust. We saw on that one door, but that's New England. Seems like all the cars are that way. And the side looks pretty straight too. Alright, let's go get a battery charger, throw it on, or see if that helps it at all. If not, we could probably run it maybe off a jumper pack, and we'll see if we get this thing to fire up and what we have for a drivetrain. Let's give her a little Johnny 5 action. I don't think we have connection. That dial should jump. There it goes. Did it jump for you? Yeah. Well, let that do its thing. We can go. We'll go open the trunk and do some looky-loos. See if anything, any critters we can find, jump out and get us. Got some goodies. Like some plastic trim, some of the missing chrome that's on the side goes down the side, some burl, a couple of headlights, and a fire extinguisher still has a charge. I guess that's better than a fire extinguisher that doesn't have a charge, especially if it needed to be used on the car that you're working on. Let's take a peek down the body of it. I think somebody took some touch up, went over some areas that were bubbling here and there. And that's where the chrome mounts to. I don't see any rock going through it. Yeah, a little bit in the bottom of that door. Yeah. Problem to a white car, it shows everything. But I've definitely seen worse. I've not had many Chevys in my life. I should say GM. I had a 69 Chevy pickup long bed, dual drive, back in 1980, and that thing cost me $50 a day back then. And it had nothing to do with the truck, it had to do with my capacity. Well, the truck was a piece of crap too, but my mechanical capacity wasn't up to speed, let's just say. Any rot. It's like somebody put a master cylinder on it. This doesn't look too old. Maybe not. What's that? Looks like it had a, what is this thing? Cruise control. Looks like it's all gutted. I don't see any pieces on it. Yeah. I would say it's probably cruise control. The battery. What's the? Might be able to date it. 10 of 11 is what the sticker is. That battery is 9 years old. I think the chances are that coming back. And they scraped the sticker off. I don't know why. What would that color be? It's Massachusetts. What would pink or red have been? Go. Oh, the key's in the trunk. Let's go. Some lights. Any windows or anything working? That one went down. We have no driver's window. No lock. I might not lock if the door's open. I'm not sure of that. Might be, wow, that's ripped out of it, huh? Want to give her a, see if she'll do any kind of cranking? that charged somewhere. And the interior is really nice. The light's not doing it justice in here right now. So that one looks like it's broken right out of it, the switch. Not this one. I won't do anything with the key. Hold on. So that one works. It works one direction. It'll put the window up, not down. But we could fix that. On that side. Alright, we'll give it another few more minutes. Maybe put a jumper pack on it. It does seem like the battery's taking a little bit of a charge though, because I don't think that would have cranked. It does not smell like nice. Oh, look at this. A little plethora of extra part switches. Good, maybe we could steal some guts if that's what it is. Hopefully it's not the motor in the driver's window. What's that, a bezel? I think it's one of those. Actually, it's the one off the car. That's what it is. I went up to change the switch thinking it was the switch, and it still didn't work. I might have a motor issue. Made in Canada. Yeah. All the specs that are on it. And it's a Brougham. I think Brougham means it has a 4-speed automatic instead of a 3-speed. And the other car was, I forgot to go say, was the it's an Olds Omega, which is essentially a Nova. Olds Mills version of it, and somebody took the 350 out and put a 455 in it. That car screwed. I ran it down the track once. Real hot day, and I didn't get a good time because it would go 2/3 down the track and just die and then recover. It was getting like vapor lock, so I never got to get a good time on that car. That was fun. That one did not cause me anywhere near as much issues as the Chevy pickup did. But again, my talents got a little bit better. Is that a power antenna, you think? That would be a no. Yeah, maybe. Kind of looks again. Chrome, what are we missing? One there, and I think, was it 2 pieces in the trunk or 3? That's the 3rd piece missing. Yeah, let's go see what we got. I think it's got all 3. That's good. So I don't have to hunt any of that down, and then whatever this is probably for the windshield. Might be a section missing on there. Hey, well, I'm gonna go poke around for a little bit because I'm just kind of stalling for time. Our battery comes up. If not, we're gonna go put a jumper pack on it and we'll start getting her to crank. I see a bunch of bulbs and stuff floating around in here. These little guys. And what is that? It's the other end of that mirror. That goes to. So it'll be driver's side mirror. Is there issues with the driver's side mirror? Well, that one was remote. I guess one's remote too. It works. So I guess you don't get your air fresheners for the smell that you like. You have to match the color to your car. Sunberry Cooler. Sounds more like a drink than it does a air freshener. Let's see what that smells like. Smells like nothing. Smells like dirty feet. Yeah, before we try firing it up, let's go see what it's got for fluid in it. It's got something in it. It's nasty, but it's got something in it. Let's do a recheck. Uh-oh. It's a dark hole. I am not going to find that again. Not without a light. It's got something in it. It's at the full mark anyway. Right, let's go crank that jumper pack, the battery charger rather, all the way up. And we'll give her a spin, see what she does. Shall we? Wasn't expecting that. It's even quiet. See if any dash lights. I don't see any smoke. Gas gauge says like 1/8 of a tank. Let's make sure it's got a working. See if we've got an oil light that comes on. I do not see. There we go. Oil and choke. What a weird combination that is. Sounds pretty good. Well, that's making me feel better about my purchase now, isn't it? Let's go move some crap out of the way, open the garage door, see if we get this thing to drive around. When we spin it around, get up on the lift. Don't even have to clean a carburetor. I think I just kicked in the alternator. Focus. Alright, let's go see what we got. In the gear, it clicked. Check for brakes. We got brakes. Moving. Just chug-a-lugging. Park this over here. I gotta get the bus off the lift. We'll let it run out here for a little bit. How many miles got on it? 86.9. Boot it. A little rumbly. It's stuttering quite a bit. The song seems like it smooths out pretty good when you rev it up. Again, who knows how old that gas is too. Alright, got some room in the garage. No, this guy doesn't have a temp cage either, huh? Actually, it sounded better. Actually, sounds pretty throaty, huh? Sounds pretty good for, what's this car? 86, 87, 150 horsepower, 160. Let's go get her. We got reverse. I don't think it's gonna do a burnout. It does sound pretty good. A little moan from the power steering. Windows are kind of nasty. You notice I a little addition to the lift. I'll show you that in a second. Let's guesstimate where we are. Should probably hang a tennis ball in the middle maybe, so you know where the center of the hood is. Shut her off. Let's go get her up in the air and get a real good idea what condition of a car is looking on its underside. Yeah, so the addition to the lift should be fairly obvious now. Oh, with some lighting, some LED strip lighting in the channels, in those channels. Seems like it works pretty good. The outside edges are still on the dark side, but much better than trying to hold a flashlight in your mouth when you're working on stuff. Somebody put some, what are they, turbos? Thrush mufflers on it. Dual exhaust. It's like it's pissing something out of the... Yeah, it's further up. It's way up. It keeps going. It might be a... I don't know, because it's coming off right there. It looks like it's dripping all the way back. I don't see a ton of rust though, which is nice. Right? You see anything that's kind of... What's that right there? There's some right there. That's all blown out. Is that a bee's nest? There's shit inside there. I think that's a bee's nest. And some crunchies right there, which is after the suspension, which is probably a good thing. Essentially, he's just holding the rear bumper on at that point. Gas tank, I see dents in it. I don't see, it's wet. I wonder if it's leaking from maybe the sender or something on top. Maybe right here. I see it's wet right in this area. Or the fill. Is that hole supposed to be there? Is that correct? It's the exact same hole on both sides. I do not know my GMs. I will admit that right now. Let me put shocks on it. That might be just another one of those, just possibly a little rot around the edge, because the rest of the car looks very clean to have it. Let's go look at that again. Where was it? No, that's rust. Yeah, that's rust. I could use a patch right there. It goes from there over. And what is that? Just mud? What is that? Yeah, it's like maybe mud kicked up from the... Oh, it's a rubber mount. It's the bottom of the rubber mount, body mount. So that probably was a hole, but just not that large. Well, if that's the worst of it, I can live with that. What about... I can see it leaking around here, you know? Nice. Brake pedal was good. It was up to the top. You know what it does when it goes down the road, who knows, but I definitely don't want to try to run it until down the road till we had at least a quick little peek. I'm not sure what that is, vent tube or something. Huh. It's a little wet in the front. Maybe the fuel pump. Maybe it's that fuel pump gasket, or maybe a valve cover up top that's leaking, and it's running down the block, just kind of wetting everything else going down there, which is preferred to a bunch of other leaks. This is not leaking between the engine and trans and that kind of thing. The radiator actually looks fairly new. It doesn't look like it's full of crud, does it? I'll take a better look from on top. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. I got a friend that is expressed interest in it. I am not, this is not on my bucket list of cars to have. Actually, kind of, it's growing on me. Maybe East Coast guys, we do a trade, maybe. What's that right there? Those are the marks from the chain when I chained it, that's all. On the axle. Yeah. Maybe we'll see if we can trade up, down, left, right. Add cash one way or another. We can go from there. I'm happy with what it looks like underneath. I don't see any other areas. I'll take a better look. But I'm not seeing anything. It's like a dent or something happened. Maybe somebody jacked it up or did a little wheeling right there. Other than that, I don't see too much. That's do a lap on the outside. Full middle. It's like somebody put a sticker over the bumper there. Some rust was happening. Both sides. I say we just we clean the paint up. I think the white will pretty much buff right back. Bleach the black that's on it. You can buff out the paint, do fluids and all that kind of thing. Register it, put it on the road, maybe we'll run a little bit and see what pops up. I think the bumper might be a little stuffed. It's fitting that gap too good. Let's go look at the front. Something missing from here? Or is there like a plastic dam or something that way? I wouldn't think so because this air would have to come in, right? What do you think that's from? Alright, let's go lower it back down again. Yeah, it's actively dripping on the floor. I wonder if they thought, they said a rear end leak. I did not see anything in the back. It looked pretty good. Maybe they're talking about in the front. That's probably my guess because that's the only place it's dripping out of right now. And again, we haven't run it down the road and got stuff spinning in the rear. Might do the same. Let's go see if we can find out where that incontinence is coming from. That valve cover looks pretty wet on top. I see a lot of oil right down there. See acorns around a distributor. Can be that easy, right? I'd say probably just valve cover gaskets. Yeah, it's looking real wet. All right down in that valley. Let me hit a thermostat section open. Probably should have checked for coolant too, huh? Yeah, that's the performance mod. You flip the air cleaner over. Oh, it's got a 4-barrel on it. Look at that. Oh, that's factory. Is that factory on a Brougham? Dead spider. Not very happy about the situation. Yeah, bunch of crap on the intake manifold. What is this motor? I think it's a 307? Five liter? What's 5 liter GM? 307, 305? Yeah, I just say a set of valve covers. Nice. Get out of it that easy, I'd be really happy. I'm gonna throw that battery on a charger too some more. See what that does. The 9-year-old battery does. I don't know how hot it is. It doesn't feel like it's that hot. Anything in it. It's full. It's green. Both of those are good. You see pepper floating around in there. Let's go throw the jumper pack on. Let's go turn some lights and stuff on. See what works and what doesn't work. Get a better idea what that is gonna need. We know that window situation. Let's go see what else we got. See if that battery has anything in it. Or throw it on the charger. Dings. A little bit. It was only on a charger for about a half hour too, so I think we put that on a slow charge. We might actually have one good enough to run it. We won't start it, but we'll turn the key on and see what works. It's got 4 ways. Side markers out. Nice. Tail lights work, brake lights work. One side marker light. Did it have low beams, both low beams? I didn't get to see. Go check on some stuff inside the car. Go in the passenger's door. At least this one's got the window down. You're gonna feel so claustrophobic. Oh, let's go see what the radio has to offer. You see what the taste of music was. Won't do anything. It's power. A CD. What do you think it is? 80s Master. Yeah, I'm like, Bon Jovi? What's your thoughts? Rod Stewart. Close. I'm gonna put that back in. Fan works. Horn? No horn. Oh, there it goes. Hazards work. Let's go figure shut them more. Directionals. Very slow. It's an elderly car. It does things at a graceful pace. What is that? What does that say? It's high and low. Dash light colors maybe? Yeah. It's dash lights. And high beam, low beam light works. So we got windows and a light that's out. And probably no power antenna. And we got headlights. Good. Well, that makes it easy. Let's clamp to the windshield. Let's go see if we can get or have any power for this driver's window. I'd like to get that down if we can. So, what we got? Alright, so that's the passenger window. And I would think, so we're going to have power in and then a power swap. So it's probably going to be ground and hot. That should come off of the wing nut maybe. Let's go. Actually, we got a probe for both. Let's see if we can get this to... Don't do that. Sounds when you're reaching a little too far. So, let me... Can we get ground on something? As long as they didn't blow the fuse, we should get something that lights up. What the hell? Oh, I'm touching that little board right there. Okay. So that's ground. And that's hot. So I would think that would be power coming in. And the black one would be ground. And we know we got both of those because the other window works. We know we got power coming in. Let's go see if one direction we should, yeah, we get power going out one direction, and then the power should switch over to this side, and it does. So power is going to both sides. This is out to the motor from the drive, but we got to see if ground is switching over, if it's getting ground. We need to, what is ground? Actually, anything, let's switch it. Actually, the test light should be ground, right? Almost. So that side's got power. That should be putting ground to it. We gotta confirm that. Let's get a, actually leave that there. I'm gonna get a jumper wire. We're gonna have a jumper wire that's connected to ground. We'll make sure we got whatever direction it is, like so. Like that side's power, we'll try putting ground to that side and see if it does anything. I have a feeling the motor's pooched though. And they tried changing the switch and it didn't work. All right, so we need, that's power zone. If we put ground to this side, the motor should go one way. It does not. And if we switch it, power should now be on the black wire. No ground on the other side. I forgot which way was which now. Because it's going to zap if I do it wrong. Alright, holding it down. Yeah, we want to hold it down. This is a low budget. Down, if you put power on that one. We have nothing. Alright, so we got a motor that is dead. So we have to get this door panel off to be able to do anything about that. We're going in. I don't know where those clips are. Where are you? Kind of want to pull right on them. I don't know even how this is on. How it's attached. Feel one down there. There it goes. Right there. I'm gonna go take my time and work my way around the door. See if we can get all those off. A couple of screws were in the middle. Let's see if we can get that to. Still feels like the center is holding it. It's like somebody tried ripping this off to access some screws. Did that bottom come off by itself? Or am I breaking the door? I would think that door handle's got to have some kind of lock to it, right? I want to pull these off. I think somebody already did though, huh? Actually, it looks like they are. Maybe they're a whole bracket. Here we go. There we go. There's our screw. Missing one. What's that? What now? Yeah, it is an upper and lower panel. Just shove that through the hole. Huh. That's different. Well, let's get the lower off. We're already here, right? Disconnect that one. What's your thoughts on the mirror one? Can you get that out of there? We'll leave that for now. Yeah, somebody's definitely here with masking tape. They screwed with it before us. I'll bring you back when you get that open. Now, down in right there, I believe, is our motor. And which one? Alright, so it's this one. Let's go see if we can give her a couple of love taps. some. That was wishful thinking on my part. The thing is, you know what, it's getting, is the switch getting hot? Oh. Yeah, the switch is getting hot, so it's stuck. The motor's actually stuck. I wonder if the problem is it probably has a worm gear on it, so it's not like you could just go grab the end of it and turn it. And it looks like a bit of a bitch to get out of there too, huh? That's about the largest hole in the whole door is that right there, and everything is riveted. Oh, it's like we're just gonna unbolt it. Get that out of there. Plus, I have a cabinet next to me and I can't get this door open all the way. That would probably make life a little bit easier if I back it up a little. Or I put it up in the lift a little bit and we make it so that we can stand up and use the lift like we're supposed to. It's new, what can I say? I'm not used to it yet. That's a little better. So I'm looking up through the top of the door. I don't know how well this is going to work. I can see it through the glass right there. I don't know if you guys... Right there, I'm actually touching it with the light. That is the bolt, and then a good 1/16 of an inch away is the body of the door. So though I see one bolt there, another, it looks like 3 of them. It has to come out to get that motor out, and you could probably take the regulator out with riveting, drilling out those rivets. Those. But I see little dimples where those bolts are. I wonder if we could just drill little access holes in the door, get the bolts out, possibly get that get that motor, maybe sneak it right out of there and not have to go messing with the preload of the window part of it. I would say we give it a whirl. Yes, I think it's right here. And I think the next one is, yeah, I think the next one's right there. And the third one, I'm not quite sure. I think there's 3. I'm gonna find out. I don't know, maybe like a little hole saw bit. I wonder if that's even made. Why would they put dimples right where the bolts are? You think that's for drill bits to center itself? Seems kind of odd. GM guys are probably calling me names right now. I'm a newbie. Probably could have went a little smaller on the size of the hole, but the next size down, the bit was really dull. And if you go too small, then the next one's kind of a pain in the ass you don't have the pilot hole anymore, you know. Do you think this will get us in enough, or? I would think there's 3, not 2, but I'm gonna find out. Probably could look it up online, huh? Too easy. I'm also worried if this thing's gonna go spring on us, you know? The preload. What has got on there? The regulator? I really don't want to have my fingers in there. Watch, it does nothing. Let's go poke it with a stick. Looser. I definitely don't want to stick my hand in there though. Let me get a different position. Yeah, if it's probably stuck on the gear. That's what I was afraid of. Well, it's already down, so that's not going to bite us now. Let's see. It looks like there's possibly one more right here somewhere. Yeah, I can feel it. Looks like we got to do the same right there. I'm going to go take a peek from above, make sure that that's the case. We'll drill one more hole there, and then we'll see if we can get that motor out. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Right there. Probably take a punch, see if it'll walk on us. Go for a little bit of speed. Woohoo! Number 3. Watch, the motor was just like unplugged. Let's get that off of there. Let's go see. It's kind of old. I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything with that. Go price the new one. See how much they are. Well, it's already broke. Can't break it anymore, right? We dissect it a little bit and see, at least see what it failed for. Slight possibility of fixing it. Get that to pop open now. I think we got them all. Feels like there's a snap ring or something holding. You know what it probably is? That gear. Yeah, gear's got a clip on it, and then it looks like this is retained on. I gotta get that one-way clip off of there. Should be able to get it. That was that direction. That one's set on that direction. I want to see all that burned up looking crud in the end of there. Yeah, that wasn't gonna. What's that? What's that thing? Held the magnets apart, maybe? There it is. Getting little bits of metal stuck in there. I think maybe we can lift that whole heel right out of there. There you go. There's the brushes. I think it's just packed with crap. I'm gonna go bring this over the parts washer and wash all that mud out. I'm not gonna pull it out of, these are the brushes right here, the brush holders. I'm not gonna pull it out of them yet. I'll give her a little bit of a cleaning. See what we have. Possibly, if we can get it cleaned up enough, maybe it'll turn. Maybe we just got to go clean up the armature. Cleaned it a little. Let's go pull it out of the brush holder if we can. It'll be a little fun to get back in. It looks like it's got a set of points on it too. Let's get them out. You think they're wore down, or you think that's normal? Looking pretty worn, huh? And then it looks like it's a set of brushes, points rather. We think it like, so if you overpower it, almost like they're stuck together though. I wonder if it's like a breaker. Like if you just stay on the window, you run it either all the way down or all the way up. It heats and clicks over, kind of like a directional. I mean yeah, directional, the little flasher relays. See, that grease is definitely turned into more of a putty. Let's go wash it up. I mean, what the hell? We got time to lose. I can't get one right now anyway. It's just too late. I think it may have just gotten stuck even right on that. It looks like that guy was all rusted up in the bearing. Yeah, that's what happened. It bound up. It couldn't turn because it was still drawing current. I'm not saying that we don't have a bad one of these. But the switch was getting hot, so I knew it was trying to draw power. I just couldn't turn. So I'm going to do my best to put all this back together again. And we'll see if it spins. Yeah, this is probably just like a tensioner for the top two halves of the magnets. Like they sit down in there. I don't know if it was glued in there, if it just sits in there and floats. Kind of looks like it floated, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go wash everything up. Hopefully I have some white lithium grease around somewhere. And we'll see if we can make a success out of this. I would have swore I had. Isn't that attractive? Some white lithium grease, but I do not. So that is CV joint grease. And that's what we're going to use because that's what we have at this time at night. And it's better than nothing. It's good enough for CV joints. Good enough for motors, right? Alright, so we got to get that assembly back together with those two in there. Sometimes they have it, these don't have it, the brush holders. You have like, you can put the brushes in and you put a pin in and it holds them back. I am probably going to do this off camera because it's just going to be too hard to be over the top of this doing that while I'm filming. So I'll bring you back. Well, that was easier than I expected. I thought it was going to fight me a lot harder than that. Yeah, I don't think those brushes have much left in them though. What do you think the chances are that we can put power to it without it totally falling apart without the top half on? Grab the jumper pack. Some of these. All you gotta do is touch that red to red, and it should go. Oh, we want to maybe right by the magnets. Let's try it right here. Oh, the gear popped up. I'm like, what happened? You know, case on. Works though, huh? Let's go. Actually, let's get that right out of the way. We'll spin it. Let it do its thing. And if you switch them, it'll go the other way. That's what all the switch does up top, you know, by the door. You just make the negative positive and the positive negative. Let's hold it down again. Should probably suck that gear down, maybe. See if it'll go down. Yeah. Didn't like that. Oh, it's just jumping out of the shaft because it's not supported. Let's give it right there. Bad tooth in it, does it? No, let's go pack it with this. I'm just going to load this puppy up. All that grease. All the prime locations where it's going to need it. And we'll put that cover back on there. We got to come up with some kind of clip, the one that we ground off. Go switch that around so it draws it back in. Let's go the other way. It seemed like it performed better. Might just kick that gear up. Let's go give her. Yeah. It's gonna eat my finger. Good. Squeeze her back together. We'll listen to it then, see if it's smooth. Uh-oh. Jim. Shouldn't be knocking like that. Kind of like it's got a bad tooth on that worm gear. I don't think it's the plastic one. I think it's... I wonder if that's supposed to be supported in something. Like what was holding that in place, right? Did I lose something? Oh, it runs into the end of the cover, right there. It's got a bad spot in the gear. Right there. I may take a little second with a little file and see if I can get rid of where they're not supposed to be. Got them filed underneath the scope and got a better look. Let's see. It wants to perform a little better now. Okay, I gotta make sure I get it really squished in. Yeah. That's not right. I think that cup's not sitting right. Back on. That's a spring. That ain't good. It's a spring that has to get on one of those paws. Not sure how that spring is supposed to do its thing though. Maybe that's the drag where it finds that it stops, the window stops from moving. It hits that, opens the points up, or causes enough drag to open. I don't know. I'm guessing right now. But we're going to go throw a couple of nuts and bolts in that, hold that sucker together, see what happens. I don't know if that works like a clutch, what its purpose is. I have a feeling that's what it does though. Maybe it puts tension on to crack those points open and close if you override it. That's just a guess on my part though. Alright, where's the bracket? We got another floor to put on there yet, don't we? How did that go? Like that? Or... I don't remember. You remember? One of those two ways. I think it would line up to the spot welds, right? I would say it was like that, is my guess. So you're gonna look at it, I'll see which side the gear is on the car, and I'll know which side it goes. Yeah. Or I could look back at the clip, but that's too easy. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Odds I'm gonna have the right one though. See, that one looks closer. Bigger. Too big. Nope. That one's got it. Hopefully that does not interfere with the gear. I don't think it will. I think the other one kind of stood out a little bit proud too. Got it all bolted up. Let's go fire it up, see how it... A little moany. Okay. Definitely complains one way more than the other. Hopefully the complaining way is on the way down where it's not working as hard. Well, I'm putting the door together. I'm thinking, they said some seal in the rear is leaking. Thinking the rear axle along those lines, and he just wasn't, you know, again, this is information third time removed from 3 different people, probably from a mechanic to those people to the guy that I got it from to me. And I have a feeling what it is, they probably think the rear main seal on the engine is leaking, because that's where that oil leak is. And meanwhile, I think it's probably the valve covers. It looks like it's coming down from up top, running around and down. But I have a feeling that's what they're talking about, because the rear was dry. I didn't see anything under there, did you? So I think that's what they're probably referring to, or maybe even a mechanic told them that, had it up on the lift and just saw it wet by the flywheel torque converter housing, that he thought the rear main seal was leaking. But hopefully it's just the valve covers. Well, while I'm going to put that door together on the other side, maybe I'll take a couple minutes and we'll just throw some bleach and water on this and see if this is mold. It'll turn white if it is. If it's not, then it's just dirt. We'll let that sit. I'll get the door together and I'll bring you right back. It's about 45 minutes later. That, most of it came out compared to the rest of it looked like. And if you look down a little, you'll see here where I sprayed it on the plastic bumper, before and after. So most of it's mold. I think we get this car out of here, spray it down with some bleach, give her a good bath. It's a visual, we'll definitely have an improvement to it. I'd say it looks a little bit better. Also changed out the lock switch. The door locks were not working, but now they do. And the switch was no good. I kind of buzzed it out and it wasn't working, but it had a blown fuse also, and there was no interior lights. So now the 2 bottom lights work. The the overhead light works. I still have to put the trim back on over here. That's missing on both sides. That was in the trunk. I'll go take care of that. I think we can go back her off the trailer. Kind of forget where I left off, so I'm just going to continue on. The interior is all put back together. Everything works. I did screw one thing up, I think, on the motor when I had it apart. I put the magnets in backwards because down is up and up is down compared to the other window. Oh well, but it does work. I'm gonna leave it alone. Interior needed a couple of pieces put back. I had a section taken off of up here, and in the back the trim was removed from the back. The metal piece gone across. The side kick panels were on backwards. They were, what was supposed to be in front of one was not. It just wasn't put together in the right order. I think somebody took the headliner out and they were trying to fix probably the dome light. And what was wrong with the dome light was the fuse was just blown. And it was also the reason why the power door locks were not working. So I think somebody dug a hole unnecessarily. But you know, all squared away now. I got to vacuum it, but the interior in this thing is awesome. Really clean. I know it's dark in here. Camera's not showing it, doing it justice. So I think at this point I'm going to take it outside. I want to bleach the crap out of it on the outside, get rid of the mold that is all over it. Let's see if we can improve upon the look of that. And I still have valve cover gaskets, which I already got. I picked them up, oil filter and oil to go change the fluids, but I want to kind of clean the engine bay off and just give her a really good what for on the outside, get her kind of cleaned up. Let's go fire it up. It's running. They've been about 2 days. The battery's good. A little stuttery. Popping. Not sure if that choke works or not. Probably check that out later. Okay, let's go back it out. I'm gonna go run it around the back of the building and bleach and pressure wash it. Yeah, it's not doing us any good now, is it? Still getting used to the lift too. I don't want to drive off. Sounds good though. I may want to putt around in this thing for a month or two before I let it go. That should be good. Right, put up the windows, give her some bleaching. Yeah, so here's what's the deal with the windows. So down is up for that one, and up is up. Actually, I wonder if my window's right, because that one works correctly. It's the other one that doesn't. You would think down would be down and up would be up, right? What if we got AC? Probably needs a charge. Got a compressor on, the belt's still on it. I'll let it run for a minute while I'm bleaching. Looks like our friend's little bee's nest was hiding under there. Hopefully nobody's home. And that's old. Well, that's definitely done an improvement to it. I did inside the door jambs, under the hood, engine. So it's gonna have to dry out a little bit, but it really needed it. Much cleaner though. I think a good compound and wax, and some areas, you know, white paint's gonna have to get blown in. Plus, we still have to put the trim on that's missing. But this is probably the worst of it right here. Right there. But again, it's white, so fairly easy to hide its boo-boos. And then the top. I'm kind of wondering maybe if we just mask it off and maybe we try painting it that color just so that the cracks don't show. And kind of like how you do leather, you know? Nice. What do you think the chances are it's gonna fire up? The engine is soaked. I hit the distributor, hit everything, but again, it was so much oil and crap over everything. I wanted it clean to do the valve cover gaskets. I'm sure I got water on the seats and the doors and. Right. Place your bets. Huh? Belt's not liking it. For the AC. She's running on a good 4.5. Yeah, get some heat in it, it'll dry up if it idle. Lopey, but it idles. Yeah, you can see I got water on the dash and everything. I'm gonna go wipe. I think I got water on the camera too. It's a little unfocused. Oopsie. I could get some towels, start wiping some stuff down on the inside of it. I left it outside for, I don't know, 15 minutes idling, warming up. Plus whatever gas, whatever's left of that gas is, you know, whatever, 5 years old maybe. I'm sure that's not helping stuff. Being that the gas is probably down to about 70 octane. It's not bad though. You get on it when you're in gear. It does break up still though. Well guys, a thunderstorm is rolling in, so I think we got enough length on this video. It's probably fairly long as it is. It's been filmed over a few days, so it's probably got some decent length to it. But we're gonna stop off right here. I think we'll call it quits. It's decent. I'm real happy with how things have come out. I expected it to be in much worse shape than what it is. Usually the crap I drag in is fairly mouse infested, nasty, rotten, doesn't run. Sitting in the field for 30 years. This one looks like it's probably been sitting about 5 years or so. Get some fresh gas in it. I think the engine will kind of clean up a little bit. Oil leak we still have to take care of. That's probably the valve cover gaskets. We'll look into it a little bit further, but again, we're just letting it dry up for now. It's still fairly wet everywhere. So that'll be the next step. I gotta get the chrome down on the bottom. It still needs to be compounded and waxed. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that or Brian, VW Nut, a friend of mine, talked about doing it too, so one of us. So get that part of it done and really make the body clean up. Okay, and the worst two spots are that right there, which is the corrosion. I can call it corrosion. Just missing paint. Actually, it looks like somebody painted over it. I see some white. It's like it had a boo-boo and somebody tried to clean it up a little bit and it's boo-booed again. And then that. I may try painting that just to get the line, kind of like leather, old leather. Get it to clean up. Leather seats, you put the dye on it. Gets rid of all the cracks so it doesn't stand out as much. But it's a decent car. Tires seem like they're okay. They're not dry rotted. Still got to get those chrome pieces on the bottom. That will help it out greatly too. Inside's nice. Haven't even vacuumed it, but all the plastic pieces are put back to where they're supposed to be. Everything works. All the windows work now. Door locks. Lights that are on the bottom, they all work. Overhead light works. Door locks. Power windows. Got our power motor fixed. Not bad. But I think for tonight I'm just going to let it dry out. Even our little dinger works. There comes the storm. Alright guys, with that, I think we've been hanging out in the garage long enough together. You guys take a break. I'll see you soon. Get back on something else if it's not this. So until then, I'll see you later.